there, it is Emily with E2 Photography, and today we are going to talk all about baseball and pose ideas you can use at your next baseball photo shoot or for a senior, whatever it might be. And stick around until the end because if you're a senior photographer, we have something special just for you. I promise by the end of this video, you are going to have some new pose ideas for your next baseball session. And for the best photography tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications of future videos. Okay, let's just dive in and look at all the different pose ideas we love to do with our baseball senior guys. The first thing we always typically start with for baseball is we start with dugout pictures. And when we're doing these dugout pictures, ideally like this image here, we like to pull them further away so then we have better light on their face. Now, they do like to do poses where they're sitting in a little bit more. So we have this one here. The light wasn't as great on his face, but it still gave for a very cool picture. You can do so many different poses in the dugout. Lean against the dugout fence, lean over the dugout, sit in the dugout, put the glove like you see here out in front of him. There's lots of little ideas or lots of things you can do just inside the dugout. Another thing we have been trying to do more and more with our athletes is more casual looking pictures. So in this image here, we had Nolan, who we just had him carry a baseball around during his session, or if we have a football player, carry a football around during their session and just plop it in with one of their casual outfits. It doesn't even have to be on the field, but it does add a little bit of extra pop to their image. When we're doing baseball pictures, we always use the fence. So here are a couple of different things we do. So here with Thomas, he has his glove and he is just looking through the fence. It does take a little bit of patience to get the right setup so you can see his eyes through the fence so it's not all funky. And then here's another one of Nolan. He doesn't have a glove, but he's holding the ball. So again, this is two different shots you can get one after another. This one's really fun. We have the senior lay down on the ground and point the ball up towards us as they're holding their glove. One thing I also want to mention with this is we did this at the very end of Thomas's senior session. And we did some images without any eye black on, and then we had him add the eye black, and I think that adds quite a bit of extra pop to his images, having that eye black on. Now, if your senior has a specific position that they play all the time, catcher, pitcher, first base, whatever it might be, try to do some pictures in that area or in those stands or whatever it might be. So if you do have a catcher, you can have them sit in the catching stance. He's got his catcher's glove. Or here, Thomas put on his full catching gear, which made for some fun shots as well. And then another example, if you have a pitcher, have them get into their pitching stance. You could even try an action shot of them doing pitching. They might like that as well. Comment below and let us know, what is your favorite sport to photograph? We would probably have to pick soccer because we do it so much, so it comes really easy to us. Another really cool one to do is have the senior walk away. So I like this one a lot because he has the ball kind of behind him and you can still see a sliver of his glove, and he's walking away towards his dugout, away from the pitcher's mound. And then you can also have the senior just walk to you with some of his equipment. It could be his bat, it could be his helmet, it could be whatever works for you. Typically what we do in this situation is we find the best light on the whole field. So here we found a really good pop of sun coming through the fence there. So that's why we placed him here rather than out in the middle of the field. Another thing you can do as you're doing your walking poses is have the senior walk and toss the ball. And then here's one of him squatting and tossing the ball as well. And we really do like using the fence whenever we can because you see a fence, it makes you think of baseball, softball. So even if you can't get on the softball or baseball field, you can still find a fence somewhere where you can do a lot of these poses with as well. So for this one here, we have Thomas just leaning up against the fence with his ball and his glove. We could add his bat in, we could add any other gear in as well, but for this one, we just did his glove and ball. And this is a fun one too, to have him put his ball right out straight front to you, look at you, look away, whatever it might be. We focused on the ball and kind of had him blurred in the background. Whenever we can, which isn't very often, but whenever we can, have the senior get the lights turned on. that can really add for some cool extra effects as well. And then one last pose that we really like that we did is shooting down low. So we had the balls scattered here, and then we just shot from down low. It gave a really cool effect. So hopefully that was helpful in giving you some ideas for your next baseball photo shoot. If you are a senior photographer or interested in doing senior photography, we do have a free senior posing guide, and you can find that in the description below the video. So make sure to get your hands on that. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe so we know to make more videos just like this one. And if you don't already, follow us on Instagram at e2photography to see more behind the scenes of us at actual photo shoots, and we will see you next time.